Hi guys, happy Tuesday. Job search is still going on. Didn't hear back from job that I didn't apply for, but they wanted me, so they interviewed me, but then my boss trashed me, ex-boss trashed me, so haven't heard back from that. Probably haven't gotten it. Probably didn't get it. So yesterday, Monday, I did a bunch of just, you know, applying, and I'm still like not desperate enough to write a cover letter, which I know is like, well, then why even apply? Like, you need to do a cover letter. I know. But I just, like I said, I'm not desperate enough, and I'm hoping to find somebody that's desperate enough for someone quality. So it's just, it's retarded, but that's where I'm at right now. I don't know. Maybe when I have like $5,000 in my bank account, maybe I'll start to care. Because quite honestly, I don't want to get under 10 grand. That's actually when I should start. That should be my rock bottom. I never want to have less than 10 grand in my bank account ever again. But I have more than that, so I just don't even care. And it's just, I think that's just where everyone's at. Like, anyone somewhat young, we just don't fucking care. Like, you're paying me dick. You're paying me dick. And you expect me to no, like, no, we don't care anymore. Like, we don't care anymore. Right, Riv? Come here, up here. Riv doesn't even give a shit anymore. Because she's crazy. She's crazy. Okay, get out of here. So today, anyway, it's not gonna be about me. We're gonna go through. I don't know. I just thought this would be fun. Like, so the first estate sale that I went to, which wasn't a sale because everything was free. This entire woman's life was free. It was crazy. Her name was Ruthie. Obviously, didn't know her, but she seemed like a really nice lady. Like, when you get to go through somebody's like entire life, like, imagine somebody coming into your house right now, they would be able to make inferences about you. And Ruthie was a very nice lady, very clean lady. Um, and yeah, a lot of her name comes up a lot of the time because it's like, thank you, Ruthie, because we got so much from her that we just, you know, wouldn't have had otherwise. So anyway, one thing I got from her was this magazine. It's called True. It's the Man's Magazine. This is an issue from August of 1958. This was 35 cents back in 1958. And it was delivered to somebody in Wapato, which is on the other side of Washington, on the east side of Washington. I think it's a very small town. I've never been to it, but I'm fairly certain it's a very small town. So the fact that this went to Wapato back in 58 is kind of crazy. But yeah, this is, I don't know, just I guess one of the first. I don't know how long magazines have been around though, but so anyway, it's just a very old men's magazine. And let's see, there's two, what do you call it, headlines or whatever. So first one we got is All About Men: Salty, Surprising, and Non-Uxorious. Never heard of uxorious, non-luxurious by Dr. Joseph Peck. So we'll get into that. And then we have an article by Drew Pearson, who reveals the snafu behind our space rocket program. Crazy. So the cover is swords, just 4 swords. So that's interesting. So let's just go through it. So first thing we have is it's an ad for a drink, for an old fashioned. We got some old Taylor bourbon. Um, then we have, I guess, not letters to the editor or something. I think this is just Rex. It's by Rex Taylor. This front page. I don't know. Is he the? Is he the? I don't know. The editor. Okay, here we go. This is the editor, Doug Kennedy. Is that him? Is that him? Um, We got Suave, an advertisement for Suave. This is interesting. For real job security, this is the first ad, well, like full page ad. For real security, get ICS training. ICS is International Correspondence Schools. Interesting. And that actually means, it could mean a lot. It's basically just a school. You get a diploma. Here's some letters to the editor. Look at that. That's saucy. Then we have books, an advertisement for books. Okay. Oh, we got an advertisement for Remington ammunition. Got that. Greatest stopping power. And they show a bear. Poor bear. So, okay, just kind of letters to the editor. More letters to the editor. Ooh, we got a spicy girl. She's a doll. Another ad for some sort of, oh, to become an expert accountant, auditor, CPA. Wow. So next we have a page that's like all about weird, strange but true stories. So you can, it says here on the bottom, like you can submit yours for acceptable, strange but true paragraphs, accurately and briefly written. True will pay $25 each on publication. Readers must state their source of information when sending contribution. None can be returned. Wow, so that's cool. Let's read the one that they kind of like feature. Getting out of bed in the morning is one of modern man's hardest jobs. It is probably inevitable, therefore, that inventors in the early machine age should have tried to solve the problem mechanically. Perhaps the most ruthlessly efficient alarm bed, quote unquote, among several displayed at industrial exhibitions around the middle of the last century, was one at the Leipzig Fair. Motivated by alarm clocks, springs, and levers, this bedside rang. It's whatever, it doesn't matter. It's about a bed that would throw you out of it at whatever time you programmed it. Then we have a full page advertisement for a cigar. Amazing. The Roytan. Oh, yeah. Oh, and then we have like our first article, and it's about a guy who is going into the water. Oh my God. And he like wrestles snakes. Do you see that? The snake is in his mouth. This guy is crazy. This guy's crazy. So, okay. He loves reptiles. He's like a predating Irwin. Oh, and then we have a 58 mobile oil or gas. I don't know. I have no idea. And then just man-to-man answers. It's just man-to-man answers. That's amazing. It's a page of like stuff man-to-man. How many people, like here's one, how many people have been born since recorded history began? And that was not asked by a man. It was asked by Peg Bracken Lull of Portland, Oregon. And the answer is the Carnegie Institution once estimated that about 30 billion people have lived on Earth in the last 6,000 to 7,000 years. Next question. How reliable are weather forecasts a month in advance? Long story short, 2 or 3 days. Like that's about as accurate as you're going to get is 2 or 3 days in advance, not a month. Who invented toilet paper? Paul Strassel, Manhattan Beach, California. Okay, Paul, a guy named Joseph C. Gayetty, Gayetty, Gayetty. That's funny. In New York, a New York guy. He invented it. This stupid stuff. Like, did Englishmen invent polo? Polo was probably played before there were any Englishmen. It is believed to have originated in Persia, spread to India, and on to Tibet, China, and Japan. After the English reached India, the native princess revived it, and the English took it home to the home island in 1869. And then James Gordon Bennett, American journalist, brought it to America in 1876. They have, that's cool. They have right here on the side, they have a recipe for a Leroy, a drink, I'm assuming. That guy looks like a bartender. Then they have a thing on a old baseball man, baseball pro. Let's see. Ad for beer. Ad for Pall Malls. Ad for bourbon. Just ad for 7-Up. This is kind of cute in a way. I love 7-Up actually. An ad for Winchester. Okay, it's nice to see that at least like magazines have always been 75% ads. An ad for Seagram's on the next page. And then we have a new story. It's about the Wild Irish War. With sabers rattling and pennants flying, the Army of American Irish set out to capture Canada. If their scheme worked, they could twist the tail of the British lion and win freedom for Ireland. Oh, that's sad that they were so close back in 1866. I love Irish people. I think they're so cool. I think they're so free. That's kind of a cool, there's the article, but like that's a really cool photo of Irish people just being them. And then here we get to the front cover. It's all about swords. All about swords. So that's cool. Blades of Glory. So here we get to the non-Uxorious article. All about men. Straight talk from the man-to-man doc. Oh, okay, so yeah, this guy was a doctor. So Joseph Peck, MD. Here he is. This is just going to be an article talking with him. So this article, a no-holds-barred country doctor offers some salty, surprising, and non-uxorious. And it has an asterisk next to non-uxorious. So non-uxorious means, so uxorious means excessively or dotingly fond of or submissive to a wife. Oh my God, I'm dead. So it's not like that. It is just straight up, direct, manly talk. This guy is just gonna manly talk us. So here we go. Let me just start somewhere. Since there is a similarity in construction to lower animals, we may assume that it was an assembly line job, like a car advertised under a new name but made up of parts of former models. I don't even know. Never mind. I don't know what he's talking about. Here we go. Here we go. This is where we need to focus our attention. These are like the excerpt sentences. First one, it's gonna be good. Most women have bitchy spells. If your wife does, don't beat her. Just give her the impression you will if she doesn't pipe down. Oh my god. I love that. Next one. Every unattached woman classifies all men at first glance as possible fathers of her expected brood. The second look, however, is as calculating as that of a gimlet-eyed banker making a loan on a hayfield. Third one. You and I know that men with enough drive to make a success in business also have to struggle to keep their marriage vows. And last one from Mr. Joseph Peck, Dr. Joseph Peck. The higher you climb, the more you show you're behind, and there's an awful temptation to kick it. That's wise. This guy is so funny. So he's just a man of men, you know, like he gets his hair cut from a barber, from a very manly barber. Okay, no gay barbers here. Here he is in front of a tractor. He likes to do it himself, and he likes exercise. Takes care of his fruit trees, and yeah, right here, just like I said, he writes the way he talks, which is straight. He's straight, everyone. This man is straighter than a goddamn bow and arrow. All right, next article is about the deadliest Marine, Sergeant Jeff Nadeau. He only weighs 140 pounds, but he is a one-man version of massive retaliation. He's crazy. This guy is crazy. Look at that. Killing. He's a killing machine. Okay. So far, this is really... And then here's all this just pictures of him killing. Not killing, but beating the shit out of certain people. More pictures of him just kicking ass. I'm already over this. In 1958, we were quite pissed that we were not first in space, because the title of this article is "We Could Have Been First in Space." Operation Farside was a brave American scheme that would have shot us into the heavens before the Russians. It was bumbled to death in Washington. God damn it! Washington! Nothing. What's that word? Bureaucrats. Oh, wow. This is interesting. The man who invented the 20th century. Meet Nikola Tesla, genius in a top hat, father of modern electricity, lonely eccentric. He battled Thomas Edison and won, and he wired the world for progress. What? 1958? We have a fucking thing on Tesla? Cool. Side note, I fucking hate Elon Musk. Such a fucking putz. Wow, look at this. This is cool. Look at how wild that is. Making him look like freaking magician. Wow. He's the man who invented the 20th century. Wow. Cool. So that's gonna continue on 90. So God, there's 90 pages to this. We're on 61 though. Okay, and now we have a little bit of nature. We're talking about the sailfish of the north. The gouty dorsal fin characterizes rare grayling, now found mostly beyond the US. Okay, cool. So there's this little fish that I guess we probably hunted to death in America. He's cute. Uh-oh. Showdown for a con man. Soapy Smith had cleaned many a sucker in his long career, but when he tried to take a stubborn gold miner, he found trouble. Soapy. This man's name was Soapy. That's amazing. So this is, yeah, just about a guy. Uh-oh, fire ants. We're talking about the fire ants, you guys. They're coming. 1958, they were already a problem. And they're all over where shit always is in the United States. Fucking South. Let's see. Next guy, Hot Shot Trap Shot. This guy is named Joe Highstand. He's from Ohio. He travels the world with his shotgun in pursuit of trap shooting's most incredible career. Lifetime average of 97.92 for 90,825 registered targets. Wow, look at this guy. He can shoot shit out of the sky, you guys. Couple pages on, oh, friggin' like 4 pages. Oh, then we got a advertisement for Lucky Strikes. Got some manly men there smoking. Okay. Ooh, fashion. We got some fucking fashion now. Wow. Look at these shirts, you guys. Look at these shirts. They all range between $6.95 and $12.95. Wow. Yeah, all of them. That's crazy. They're probably, is this cotton or acrylic? I don't know. Anyway. And then we got so this is the continuation of We Could Have Been First in Space. And then we have a advertisement for some more alcohol, bourbon, I believe. Yeah, bourbon. Another one for gin, full page. Let's see. Ooh, body sheen. It's something for cars to shine. Look at this. It's nice to see a couple off to a good start. A woman's pushing the goddamn car. That's funny. So, continuation of the Wild Irish War. Ooh, we got some vodka. We got some fucking vodka. Shh, don't tell anybody. We're getting wasted while we, you know. Then we got a Winchester ammo. Dead deer. We're coming home. Yeah, wife's gonna be so happy. Got some deer. And this is actually very deep. Actually, this is actually very deep. There's no caption to it, but you've got this one guy who's like working out with the weights, and this guy who's just dying because he's not doing anything. That's actually kind of profound. Like you have to work with what you have to get stronger. You can't just sit there and die, which is what I'm doing, but whatever. Pens without puddles. Who invented it? Policy. Life insurance. This article about life insurance. Jesus Christ. Ooh, we got a Chevy full page ad. Get that Chevy. Come on, guys. This is funny. We did abandon this practice for a while, but with the rising cost of living, we've had to go back to it. And it shows this guy in a pot. They're like about to eat him. And that's what they said to him. 58, they were already complaining about the price of life. It's so funny. Yeah, here's a continuation of Tesla. When did he die? Tesla was just 26 years old when he invented the electrical transmission system that powers the world today. Holy shit. Yeah, I can't remember when he died. I think, was it in the 70s? That might be too late. I don't know. Anyway. That's so interesting that in 58 they knew about him. Like, I think we're all under the impression that like Tesla was, he made it, the what, the electric thing, whatever it's called. But like it was immediately stolen and like nothing came of him. But this is kind of showing that no, like people knew at least for a while that it was him and not Edison. Um, so moron, Edison, and then more on the fire ants, and then sailfish. Why don't they just put the articles all together? Like, why do you gotta split them up? It's so annoying. Um, still more fish. Shadow of a Con Man. Who the fuck was that? I don't remember reading about that. Anyway. But Ed, you can't just throw 12 years out the window. He's literally throwing her. Like he's got her by the hair and everything. She looks terrible. That's too bad. Um yeah, that's about it. I mean, nothing, I don't know, that's dark. Like what the fuck is that? Um monkey. I don't know. Let's see. Are these just like stories? I don't want to read these. They look terrible. Oh my god. Let's do it. Haywood Braun was a smart cookie who knew his way around the unfair sex, and he had some good advice to offer young married men. It would be interesting, he once said, to figure out just how many foot-pounds of energy men have saved themselves since the creation of the world by keeping up with the pretense that a special knack is required for washing dishes and for dusting, and that the knack is wholly feminine. Take the hint, men, and keep up with that pretense. Your grandpappy and the sires of the family before him were no fools. They perpetuated the rules of behavior that were handed down from ancestors as far back as those who came down from the trees. Though modified through the ages, the rules were inbred. Then something happened. I have lived through 4 wars in which our country managed to become entangled, and the sum total of all of them didn't have as much impact on this country as the revolutions in which women concurrently figured. While the men were weighed, the women made hay. When man's inventive genius relieved wives of the drudgery of housework by giving them mechanical gadgets, the women found time hanging heavily on their hands. So, to keep busy, they started sniping at man's traditional position in society, which was in the saddle. With characteristic female guile, they infiltrated rather than battled it out in a fair fight. Men were so busy killing off their planetary neighbors that they were unaware of this new menace, and before they woke up to the danger, their wives were running a lot of things in ways that satisfied neither sex. The way I see it, women today are horrified by what has happened. Everywhere I go, I find them trying to retreat from their position of competition. Some 40 years ago, a hypothesis was advanced, which young women of today seem bent on proving correct. Quote, the only way to keep a woman happy, it said, is to keep her barefoot and pregnant. Human nature simply cannot change so rapidly, and women's rights, now that they have them, are not nearly so attractive as women's privileges, which they have largely lost. Women who were too smart to demand their rights and who retain their prerogatives laugh at their progressive sisters. You can keep your wife contented without keeping her barefoot and pregnant, and without buying her orchids every week. And the time to begin is before the bloom of the honeymoon fades. And the time to begin is before the bloom of the honeymoon fades. It may be a good thing if she has to work after marriage, but be sure it is a womanly occupation and that she doesn't bring home more money than you do. If she works, she should assume some of the housekeeping chores, but there are certain things you must not do. Carry out the garbage, but don't cook or wash dishes unless she is sick. You may dry the dishes because in this case you are merely helping. Let her take the lead in such chores. Clean up the mess you made by dropping ashes and paper on the living room rug, but don't scrub the kitchen floor or make the beds, or you will lose face. She will try to saddle her chores on you, and you may be so much in love you can deny her nothing. If so, be so awkward and sloppy that she will grab the dishcloth in disgust and chase you out of the kitchen. If extreme measures are in order, drop a favorite dish on the floor and break it. If she asks you to hang wallpaper, louse up the job and she will never ask you again. If she insists that you wash the kitchen floor, use a mop and be as slop happy as you can. If she asks you to cook meals, make a mess, and I do mean mess. If you fry eggs without burning them to the pan, you'll get to fry eggs often. If you have no luck in burning them to a tasteless crisp, you might try sprinkling them with pipe ashes. But whatever you do, don't prove yourself a better cook than your wife. If you do, you'll not only hurt her pride, but will be kept at it. If there's a smart husband who first prompted a woman to say, quote, there's nothing so pathetic as a line of clothes hung up by a man. Thanks to this pioneer, this is one job even a lazy wife never gives her husband. Buy her new clothes if you wish, but be warned that she will return them the next day. You may buy jewelry for her, but not a hat. You can tell her how to vote, but not how to wear her hair. You may hint that you like pot roast for dinner, but don't raise a fuss if you get hamburger instead. Parentheses, she was always in an awful hurry around mealtime and frozen pot roasts aren't yet available. That's funny. You may improve her cooking techniques by mentioning how much you enjoyed some other girl's pot roasts. Just be sure it is one of her girlfriends and potential rivals. Unless she shows up wearing something really atrocious, don't tell her her clothes are unbecoming, and if you must remark about some other woman's appearance, be sure her getup in no way resembles your wife's. Don't ever let her choose your clothes, although she will think this is her inalienable right. Sorry, my reading is very, very rusty. I often think that the one thing all husbands should buy, even if they have to hawk something to do so, is a tape recorder. It is far more useful than a kitchen range. Her decisions of yesterday will keep you from being called a liar when you play them back tomorrow. Let her furnish the house as she wishes, all decisions recorded, but reserve one little corner of the living room as your own and fight for your life rather than lose your favorite chair or reading lamp. Every man is entitled to a chair that fits his particular bottom, and if your wife tries to remove it, bolt it to the floor. Use your paycheck for rent and food. If she works, let her use hers as she sees fit for new clothes, kitchen curtains, beauty aids, and parakeets. Have separate bank accounts, but insist that she pay as she goes. To her, charging it is just like getting it for nothing. But it may mean tears on the first of the month when she finds she has to return the merchandise. Hard cash is better than a checkbook. She won't part with cash unless she really needs something or runs into a gambling machine. That must have been a chicken or something. Her capriciousness may at times provoke you, but it is the quality you most cherish in her. It gives you a superior feeling since you consider your every decision so logical and well supported by facts. Never get sore and cuss her out. She wants to be treated like a dear little girl who doesn't know any better. Scold her, but scold her tenderly. Remember that custom decrees that women must struggle a bit before they give up anything. Her resistance makes her more desirable, and her surrender is her own form of enjoyment. I don't know, dude. That was called Barefoot and Pregnant. Like, and there's a few other ones, but my reading is so bad that we're not even going to. I almost want to read this one. It's called The Bird with the Biggest Bill. I'll just read the first sentence. Now we come to the time when your wife announces that she is pregnant. There's a bunch of good ones in here. They look good anyway. I don't know. I have no idea. Women are like old shoes. Wives are like old shoes. I'm dead. And then we have, oh, like always, it's even like today, like that last page that just kind of sells random shit, you know, that like looks really good. This guy, second to last page, give me one evening and I'll give you a push button memory. I wonder what is he selling? Is it like NLP shit? I don't know. It's so funny. Like, I'm dead. Look at these pillowcases. On one side, they say yes. On the other one, they say no. It's like gifts for newlyweds. It's so funny. Like, it's kind of like telling your partner if you want to have sex or not, I'm assuming. And this is it. Like, that's it. The last page is even more like stupid little shit you might want to buy. And this is the last page. It's the back of the thing, and it's called This Funny Life. And let's read one story just to you know. This is a short one right here. Radio announcers have made some startling mistakes, but last night I heard a truly beautiful blooper. The announcer on the rip snorting country music program started to tell the audience about the next number. There'll be an empty cot in the old bunkhouse tonight. This is what he said. The band will now sing and play There'll Be an Empty Bunk in the Old Cat House Tonight. I don't understand. It's that one. And then it shows like a little whore right here. She's like at a hotel. Vacancy. Anyway, yeah, so that was 1958. Honestly, not much has changed, quite honestly. That seems like a very, yeah, it hasn't changed at all, actually. It literally hasn't changed at all. I used to love men's magazines like GQ and stuff like that. And that was, you know, short of like now there's a lot of perfume that's pushed. All these ads are basically about cars and alcohol, but you know, throw in some perfume in there and it's no different than a men's magazine of today. That was 40 minutes of weird shit. I don't know. If anybody wants this, let me know, because I don't really need it anymore now that I've gone through it. So anyway, thank you guys for reading this magazine with me. Take care. Today's the election, so maybe by reading this, I will have ensured Trump's victory even though at the end of the day, it really doesn't fucking matter because he's a chode just like everyone else. JD Vance is a chode just like everybody else. But I think with them, it's just a little bit less of a complete and utter catapulting into the bullshit that is coming towards us as human beings just trying to make it in this world. Take care. Bye.